How to pre-sell clients before the sales call, a more leveraged and sustainable way of acquisition. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the full guide. Today, we're going to cover how to have a prospect say yes to buying into your program before even jumping on a call with you, before jumping on the sales call with you. Now, in this video and in this training, what I'll be going over is three things. Number one, the psychology of the prospect, how to establish authority and influence in the market so that people love you and trust you. Number two, how to communicate your value correctly to the market. And number three, I'll be leaving you with some action items and practicals that you can use and to apply in your business to get results as quickly as possible. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Yusuf and I'm the founder at YJE Online. And I've got multiple growth partnerships with companies, coaching and consulting in different niches and changing people's lives. We're now moving ourselves into coaching as well as launching coaching with our partners. So the main purpose of this channel really is to share with you all of the insights we've gathered and are currently gathering over the last few years and the next few months. And we plan to be sharing these insights so that people like yourself can benefit and learn and apply to their own businesses. So let's just take a quick look. Recently, we scaled Jason from doing 5K per month to 35K per month. You can pause the video and have a look at that. And Jason over here is a coach in the engineering space, which is very interesting. And you can go watch an in-depth breakdown on how we took Jason from 5 to 30K a month in 4 months after this video. Link will be in the description. So let's get straight into it. How to establish authority and influence in the market. Now, the first thing what we have to do is we have to understand what influence actually means. The Google definition is the following: the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. Very interesting. Character, development, and behavior of somebody or something. Now, this is the main premise. The idea is that you must be in a position where your message influences people's level of information and decision making. How much information do they have and what decisions are they going to make? By having influence and authority, you'll be able to attract people for your help, guidance, and further support. When you have this, people will come asking for you to help them. And this is where the cash lies. So how do you establish this influence and authority? How can you get this influence and authority in order for people to be attracted and for them to come to you and ask you for their help? This can be done very simply by just communicating your value correctly. So why is communicating your value essential when trying to establish influence? Number one, it elevates your perception among your audience. You are the expert. Number two, it garners respect from the market. Number three, you'll have higher quality, more committed customers and better results, of course, as a result of the higher quality and the more committed customers. And you'll have the ability to pre-sell customers on high pay-in-full prices. I'm talking high ticket prices, 3 to 5K, up to 10, 20,000 in some examples, right? One of our partners, we're charging 18K for the highest package. This is an online coaching offer, by the way. So you'll have the ability to pre-sell customers on high pay-in-full prices, low acquisition costs and margins through the organic inbound approach. So value really is influence. If you're able to communicate your value correctly, you will be able to influence correctly as well. You will have influence and authority within the market. So now that we've ironed all of that out, all of the definitions, all of the understanding, how do we actually do this? And it really comes down to just a few things. Number one, the value aspect. Now, you've probably heard this from Alex Hormozi already, but you really just want to give it all away for free. You want to share everything and give as much value as you can, educating your prospect for free. A lot of people might, come to me and they say, how do I know what to give away for free and what to sell? I want you to understand this. Information is abundant. Nowadays, I can go online and I can ask an AI tool for information. So the real thing you're selling nowadays isn't really info. I know I keep talking about the info space, but you're not just selling information. You're also selling implementation, right? You're giving away your one-to-one time. You're giving away a packaged program. So essentially, in your free content, you want to give everything away for free. your frameworks, your systems, the theory. You want to give it away for free, right? Share how you run your back-end sales system, or share how you work out every day to get shredded and to get really fit. Share your top 5 career hacks to land a job in finance. Whatever your niche is, share your top credit hacks to get better credit, whatever it might be. So you want to give away everything and share everything, give away as much value as you can, and as a result, you'll be able to educate your prospect for free. If your prospect comes in and sees that you are educating them, sees like, oh, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, they're going to be intrigued. They're going to want more. And I can tell you something, if you have 1,000 hours worth of content and they consume 1,000 hours worth of your content, they have the option to take action on your free content, and they may take action, but they may only get somewhere. So for example, they may only lose a few kilograms of weight and fall back into their, bad eating habits, for example. They may make $5,000 per month, and they're like, okay, now I don't know how to scale. Maybe I can get to 20, 30, 40K per month, right? If you're running obviously a business to business coaching offer, right? So what you're doing when you're providing this free content is that you're essentially creating another problem for them. You're creating a solution, but you're also creating another problem for them. And that problem is, okay, now I want more. This guy knows what he's talking about. In this process, you've captured their authority. You've captured their influence. So you want to give everything away for free, and you want to sell the implementation, the frameworks, the one-to-one experience, the community aspect. So what you want to do really is you want to create content assets that educate the prospect, covering and solving the pains in the market. This is exactly what I'm doing in this video. So why is the market's pain important to leverage? A lot of you probably already understand this, but I'm going to reiterate. Pain is the driver to any purchase, point blank. The reason why someone purchases something is because it will alleviate a specific pain, or it will alleviate a specific inefficiency. I hope I spelled that correctly. For example, a lady can choose to buy a good quality, cheaper, non-branded bag, yet she chooses to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. Now, I want you to reflect on this and ask yourself, why would she choose to do that? Is it because she wants to show others a specific side of herself? Is it because she can't find a good looking bag that she likes? Is it because the Louis Vuitton brand tells others that she's luxury? Is it because she wants validation? Does she lack validation? Is she looking for more? All of these stem from one thing: pain, or an inefficiency, or something they don't have. Innately, humans always want more. So for example, when I buy a burger, I buy it because I'm craving it. That is the pain, that's the inefficiency. I'm craving it and I'm not having it right now, so therefore I will buy it in order to have it. Or maybe it's because I haven't eaten all day. That's an inefficiency, that's a pain. So all of these things that I just mentioned, they all stem from one thing: pain. It's a specific drive in the person that buys the product that causes a specific pain when it is unsolved, right? And I want to really focus on the word drive. Why do make money online offers work so well? Why do fitness offers work so well? Why do some of them, why do some of the online of coaching, make money online offers make so much money when they sell very mediocre, silly products? Because one of the biggest pains everyone in the world goes through is that they want more money. Same thing with fitness and same thing with health. So a lot of the time, wealth, health, and relationships that really targets a deep, in-depth pain in somebody, right? And that stems into other things. So for example, money. Okay, I want to sustain myself. I want to sustain my family. I want status. I want to be able to buy fancy things. Everyone has their own reasons, but everyone has some kind of pain. So every avatar has a pain or multiple pains that stem into different pains. So I want money. Why do I want money? Is it because I want to buy the car? Is it because I want status? Or is it because I want my family to live more comfortably? Is it because I want to take care of my kids and send them to a private school, for example? So I want you to really understand what are the pains of the person you're targeting. You need to figure out what the pains are within your market and how you can solve them. So an action item that I can give you right now really is go out there and get a spreadsheet, Excel, Google Sheets, whatever it is, and list the pains of your market and how to solve them. And this will lay the groundwork of the value content that you give away in your YouTube, in your Instagram, maybe on LinkedIn, depending on where your market hangs out. And if you haven't built this offer yet, I'd recommend you to do this more in depth for your offer first. So let's do this together. And I've already sort of filled this out. So over here, as you can see, we've got the client pains, the failure scenarios, and the mechanism that you will provide in order to alleviate that pain. So for example, client can't lose weight, okay? Struggles with discipline. So the mechanism might be accountability. So an accountability system in your offer, or maybe for your content, that mechanism might be a video talking about discipline, right? Struggles finding time for the gym. Maybe that might be a video showing them, okay, this is how you organize your time in order to find time for the gym. Cannot find affordable healthy eating. Maybe you make videos showing them that, hey, healthy eating can be very affordable. So all of these are pain points. And this is, of course, very tailored to the fitness niche. And I want you to really fill this out. So for example, in the B2B niche, right? So B2B, let's say you're targeting coaches like myself. So I'm targeting coaches. I know that coaches lack sales systems. So what do? In my content, I provide the solution. I make a video on, okay, how can you set up these said sales systems? And in my offer, I provide the solution as well, right? More in-depth, of course, more support, all of that sort of stuff. They actually get the sales systems, right? But with my content, I give the information for free. The information, very, very important. So I want you to do this exercise, right? I want you to really realize that the pains, right, the before state are there, and you want to offer them a way out of that pain, i.e. the solution or the mechanism that you will use to get them to that desired state. And between the unsolved pain and the desired outcome, so the before and the after state, so before they watch your YouTube video or before they enter your offer, they pay for your program, and after, right, that's where the cash lies. Let's do this for your free content first, right? So free content before, and then we can say haven't watched your YouTube video, and then after, it's the opposite. So after they're informed, right? That's where the cash lies. When they become informed, you will build this authority. You will build this trust. Of course, if the information you give away is legit, if the information comes across as, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? So you'll have the authority, you'll have the trust, and you'll actually be able to say, you know what, guys, go watch my other videos, which again, builds that, right? So they enter an ecosystem. In my other videos, I talk a lot about the ecosystem, right? So that's really, really important, right? And the same thing for your offer. So your program, before, after. The before, they don't have access to the one-to-one support, for example. Let's say in this case, it's accountability. If you, in your content, in your messaging, you communicate your value and you make it clear that, guys, I'm able to give you that one-to-one access, that one-to-one support. If they love you and trust you already, so if this is done, right? So if they have trust in you, if you have authority, and then they realize that they can get one-to-one support from you, right? And then in their perception, okay, if I get this one-to-one support, I will get to my goal, right? That is where the cash lies. That's where the cash lies, right? So when creating content and sending out a message, before getting into your personal story, when creating your content, you need to first capture the interest by giving away the free value, but then also sharing, okay, guys, this is what I'm doing. You know, I'm running this program. Our clients are getting results. And that really, really gets people interested in saying, you know what, let me have a chat with this person. And if you even do this correctly, they will be pre-sold. They will come in and 80% of the sale would have been done already. When creating your content and sending out your message, you want to ensure you leverage your personal story. You want to create FOMO from the level of value you bring in. Blow people's minds. Why is Alex Hormozi so successful? It's because he came out with $100 million offers, $100 million leads, and it was the best business information anyone could get out there for, nowadays it's completely free. You can listen to an audiobook on Spotify, right? So blow people's minds and get them excited. Speak with a tone of possibility, not impossibility. Of course, stay real, stay honest. I don't want you to go and lie to people, tell them they can do something when they can't. Another thing is leverage client results and case studies. Show them it is possible. Speak with confidence. Show off your achievements and stay transparent and honest. People love somebody who comes across as transparent, honest, sometimes even somebody who is vulnerable. So a lot of the content that I make, I keep it real. And I say, look, this is the position I'm in. right? I'm on this journey. People love that. The more honesty your audience sees, chances are, the more comfy prospects will be working with you. As I've been explaining all of this, I want you to realize, as you implement each step and as your prospect interacts with you on each step, right? So they've seen your client results, they've seen you're honest, they've got access to all of your value, you've given away things for free, right? Your frameworks, your whatever it is, right? They see honesty, they see confidence, they see that, okay, this guy's actually achieved something. Because oftentimes, you sell coaching because you've achieved it, and now you're selling the idea of, okay, I will help you achieve the same. As you do that, there will be more trust, there will be more influence, there'll be more authority, and then you'll get to a point where when they book a call with you, they're already pre-sold. 60, 70, 80% of the way there, right? They're already convinced they want to jump in. And that's why I recommend you be open about, okay, guys, I actually sell a product. And I'm happy to say that I sell a product. My wife is cooking food, so that's coming from the kitchen. Now, the niche of one concept. I don't know if you can hear that, by the way. It's like you can hear the meat sizzling on the pan. In a nutshell, telling your story, evoking emotion, expressing your personality, speaking with confidence and charisma, and the way you do all of this is unique to you. So I really want you to be yourself. The one unique thing about you compared to the rest is you. You are unique, no matter what. You all have your own experiences, your own journeys, right? Your own story. So be yourself. Why do you think I was so happy to tell you guys that sound came from the kitchen? Because I just like to keep it raw and authentic. Of course, stay professional, right? This is more of a chill environment, right? If, for example, you run an offer where things need to be a bit more professional, then sure, go do your thing. But with me, I understand that my ICP, my ideal customer profile, my avatar, appreciates these things, right? So just be honest, be yourself, right? Don't put up a facade of someone that you're not. Just be yourself. So I'm now speaking to you in this video. This is how I speak to my family. This is how I speak to my wife. This is how I speak to my parents, to my friends, right? So that's really important to understand. So the one unique thing about yourself is you. Oftentimes people will just buy for you and how connected they are to you, There is a human element to client acquisition that people often neglect. How many times have you bought from someone just because you just like their energy, their flow, the way it feels when you talk to them, when you interact with them, right? So the next steps that I want you to do, really, now that you have all of this information that I've given to you today, let's set you off with some practical steps. So you don't finish this video lost with what to do. You won't be alone. I've got you, right? So creating your first content assets. And I would, of course, recommend YouTube because it's by far the biggest platform on social media in terms of long form content. After you've made a list of your market's pains and after you've done the market research on your avatar, start recording valuable content solving these pains and refer to others in your niche that are already doing this for inspiration, right? So Hamza does this really, really well. Hamza does this incredibly well, right? So he targets young men who want to improve, self-improvement, blah, 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 right? So he does this really, really well. How to transition from boy psychology to man psychology. Oh, the 80-20 of self-improvement. 4 dating strategies. You're a man. Stop being so damn sensitive. So if someone's sensitive and they feel they're sensitive and they click on this video, they've clicked on this video because, oh, I feel like I'm very sensitive. I feel like I'm weak. Let me click on this video because this is my pain point, right? Let's take a look at this. How to look like a Chad. So if you feel like, you want to look like a Chad, then you'll probably click on this video. How to force your brain to stick to good habits. Maybe you feel like one of your pains might be, man, I can't form good habits. I'm struggling. You'll click on this video. So do you see how Hamza is creating video content based on the pains of his clients, based on the pains of the people watching, based on the pains of the people he's selling to? So if there's one thing I want you to really take away from this video was leverage pain, right? Not because you want to hurt people. No. Because you want to provide a solution. You don't need to be too fancy, right? Or have crazy editing. Just something high quality and clean. Go sit in a room, maybe get a nice backdrop, get some good lighting, get a good quality camera. You can literally use your phone, right? And ensure you have a decent mic or a very, very good mic like myself. You can get this mic, right? And just make sure you create high quality content. You want people to also take you seriously. So the reason I have this blue light in the background is because it just creates a nice vibe in my video, right? I've got my light over here, my big light, and it's shining on my face. I've got my mic, right? So you want to also, show that, okay, I know what I'm talking about. So that's step number one. Number two, how do you funnel pre-sold viewers the right way? So this is just one step you can take, but in your YouTube, just link a value funnel in the description with a free training or a process breakdown explaining your offer, and people can just book in a call with you for a personalized one-on-one chat, i.e. the sales call, right? So that's a way of capturing leads to book in a call with you. Now, if they don't, that's fine, right? You can actually outreach to warm prospects. So those who watch your content are indirectly telling you they're somewhat interested in what you're talking about. This is what we mean by warm. They're warmer. So you can find a way to collect their details. Maybe you give away a freebie, right? Reach out and start a conversation. Hey man, how's the gym going? Hey man, thank you for following. What inspired you to follow me? Why do you like all my videos? I'm interested, right? And just start a conversation. So if you want the exact sort of conversation script, it's not a one size fits all, but I do have a script that you can use to start off with. Just drop me a DM and I can send that to you completely for free, right? So you can give away freebies through Instagram or YouTube. You can even use ManyChat automations to give this away on Instagram, right? And then just gather as many leads as possible, right? Use a landing page where people can add their details to access the freebie, right? For example, you can have a free school community, get people signed up, collect their details, and then you or a triager or an appointment setter or someone who is a dialer, he calls, right? You can call up members manually and get them booked in on a sales call with you or a closer, right? So these are some actionable steps you can take. Create videos, right? Create a back-end funnel, right? And post it in the description, right? Outreach to warm prospects, start conversations. And the more you do this, the more you pull on these levers, I can guarantee you, if you do it correctly, I don't see why people who are entering in your ecosystem of content and freebies and honesty and client results and transparency, and they're starting to like you and they're starting to trust you, I don't see why they won't be pre-sold before a sales call, right? Think about it. Imagine people have made a decision that they want to join before even jumping on the sales call. How easy will the sales process be? And how committed will these people be? I always talk about this. Would you rather have a client that's come in because they've been hard sold, so they don't really want to join, but they've almost been coerced into joining using these almost immoral, unethical sales tactics? They're probably not as committed. They're probably scared to death, right? Whereas somebody who's come in because they genuinely want to join your program, because they're genuinely interested in what you have to offer, because they're genuinely excited and hyped and committed and like, yes, I want to do this. Of course, number two will get better results. Of course. So if you've benefited from this video and feel like you're ready to take the next step in your business, getting access to us, our systems, our frameworks, right? I haven't really gone deep into the exact automations and systems and frameworks. There's a lot more to this, and you can obviously learn about all of this in my other videos. So feel free to go watch all of my other videos. But if you want to get access to us, our systems and frameworks, and ultimately our one-to-one support and done for you elements, click the link below. You can apply and you'll be able to book in a free one-on-one audit call. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to watch the rest of my videos, and I hope you benefit. The purpose of this channel is literally so that you can benefit, go make some money, and take care. See you later.